I came up with an interesting idea that should be possible, but I've been using Kitty for long enough to know that it is very inconsistently doable. Basically everything that is like special behavior that you want to do in Kitty, it's a fucking Russian roulette whether or not you're going to be able to do it. So I have some plan in my head where it should work, but we'll see. So what is the idea? The main idea? I have a hotkey that lets me edit my clipboard in NeoVim in this new floating window. You might have noticed that it took a long ass time after me pressing caps enter for it to actually appear. If you didn't catch that, let's do it again. I press. It took a whole second, I think. Maybe even more. We could time it, but I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, that's kind of a lot, isn't it? So, I have a few ideas. Let's make like a visual, I guess, test again. First, I open a new Kitty window and just have a look at how long that takes. Okay, and now I open a new Kitty window from Kitty. So type OS window and look at how fast it is now. That is way, way faster. So we don't even need to make like a proper comparison or anything, because it's so obvious just how much faster this approach is. However, this is a shell command that understands where to run because we run it in the terminal. So kitten allows you to control your Kitty instance. So this one, meaning usually I can't just run kitten from not a terminal, from not a Kitty terminal rather. So let's try to do this again. You can see my history here, but ignore it for now. I'm getting to it. Launch type OS window, and nothing happens. That's because it doesn't know from where to launch. Just so we are sure it didn't appear anywhere. See? So, okay. But turns out kitten at has a to flag, which lets you target the Kitty instance from which you want to run this kitten command. And this is actually really huge, because what this means is that I'm going to be able to make this hotkey launch the window from on already existing instance, making it way faster. There are some more optimizations that I have in mind, but let's make the prototype first. So let's go to neoline. It is my alias. Where is it? Here it is. So this is my alias that creates a floating NeoVim, basically, in a new instance. But now we're going to be using kitten kitten at, and now we need to figure out where I can set the title. I assume in launch, and what now? So match is not it. Here it is. Good. So I can very easily make the title. Kitten at, and then we do 2 kitty listen on, I believe. So this variable, this environment variable, contains the path to the Unix socket that points to the kitty instance. There is a chance that this variable won't be filled automatically, but we'll see. So boom, there. Now instead of capital T, we do title, and this should actually be it. So let's try it out. Neoline, and nothing happens. Okay, so it's not filled, I assume. Let's just echo kitty listen on. So it's empty. That's what I thought. So effectively, in the environment where I call commands, it is not accessible. How do we handle that, I wonder? So I'm thinking maybe we make kitty listen on a universal variable. That way it is shared across all fish instances. But then it would need to be updated every time. Let's look into the to flag a bit more. Might tell us what we need to know. An address. Address for the kitty instance to control. Let's go check the listen on. Let's check kitty listen on once again, and yes, indeed, it is like expectable. Kitty instance and then something. Big question, can we do kitten at 2 and then Unix temp kitty instance this? You get my idea? Basically, we're globbing the rest. If there are multiple instances, it will fill in multiple things here, which is annoying. But maybe it will work, who knows? No matches, that's even more interesting. So we can't glob Unix sockets, okay. I see. However, when we do kitten at launch, and let's do type OS window, it returns us, I don't know what this is, like an index? So this is not going to be useful, because as you just saw, kitty instance had more numbers after it, so it's not like we can just use this index as is. Well, okay. I guess we immediately move on to the next stage that I thought would be like second, but it makes sense to make it first. So my eventual idea is that there is a kitty window that is sticky, meaning it is on all desktops. It is by default minimized, and it is also floating. That kitty instance will be used specifically to pop up whenever I need basically NeoVim, and we'll run the command of NeoVim there. Once the NeoVim command finishes, we minimize the window again. So that's the idea. So I guess we do kitty and what now? Something something listen on, right? Let's try this out. So let's do kitty listen on Unix temp, and let's call it something neo line kitty, and it creates slowly, but that's okay. So the idea is that this window will be created once on startup, on login, and immediately floated, stickied, and minimized. So what I want to try now is running a command from within this window. Let's try that. Kitten add to Unix neoline kitty. And what I'm banking on is that it doesn't add like more numbers and stuff, but it might. We'll see. Launch type overlay main NeoVim, and it works, and it works. That's amazing. So that's the idea. Although it's not like particularly speedy, it is still plentifully fast enough. The question is then, is it faster than just making a new window? So let's do launch type OS window. No, that like idea is faster. Not immensely faster, but noticeably. So I think it's worth it. Then, currently, in my... Holy shit, it's slow. I pressed it like 7 seconds ago. Oh, right, because Neoline doesn't work yet, of course. So basically, what we put here, to Unix temp neoline kitty. And we don't need to provide a title anymore, because it's going to be provided automatically. Now we go to login, which I might have in harp. I don't. Wait. Oh wow. Login. So somewhere in here, after here, I guess, we do kitty with title of neoline listen on Unix temp neoline kitty. Okay, everything is correct. So we start a window. And we also do the zone here. I think that's it. Let's try this out to make sure that everything is correct. Starts a window, and it is immediately floating and everything. And this is lovely. This is really good. Now it just needs to be sticky. Sticky on top also, and minimized. So what we do is go to our awesome config, rules, neoline. I know, right? That's super fucking cool. So we do floating is true. Not sure why I say maximized false, because that's the case anyway. So floating on top is true, sticky is true, and minimized is true. So the first time that the window gets created, it is also minimized. Let's also put it on a tag that won't bother me. Let's put it here, because the window will still have to be on some tag. It's just going to be minimized. I'm going to put it here because this tag is always open, and will basically hide here. The reason why I should put it here and not on a tag that is more unknown, I guess, is more unused, is that in my setup, if a tag has a window, it is displayed here. I actually have 16 tags, but some of them right now don't have any windows, which is why only some of them are displayed. So if I put it on some unknown tag, then it would constantly always appear here, even though it doesn't really have windows. So that's why. So tag is, I believe, 8. Yes. Let's reload my window manager, which sounds like a terrible idea to do while streaming, but I think everything is fine. Yeah, seemingly. So now, when I do this, nothing happens. Amazing. Incredible. Because it did get on top and sticky. Did I make it minimized? Yes. Yes, I did. Interesting. It can't start minimized, or what? Mystery. Let's retry. I'm very confused. I mean, I can always just minimize it myself. But of course I would prefer to not have to. But that's like a small issue that is fixable eventually, because right now all this means is that I'll have to minimize a window every time I reboot. Whatever, I'll fix that later. So now we have a window that is, in theory, minimized always. So what we do now is, in my hotkey, we first unminimize Hi, Alexei. Let's move y'all to here. Here we go. Okay. What now? What now? So we have to make it so when I execute neoline, it unminimizes this window and runs in an overlay main neovim. Once it finishes doing so, it minimizes it again. That's the idea. Let's go to neoline again. Where is it? Here it is. Nope. Neoline. Where's the fucking alias? Oh my god. Okay, so getting add to Unix run neovim. I forgot the launch here too. So launch type overlay main neovim blammo. First of all, let's try it first. I run neoline, nothing happens, which is expected, but it does work. See what happens here? Basically, it did run neovim, just didn't unminimize the window, which is understandable. Like, why would it? Okay, so we're on the right path. Now I need to make it so... Okay. Let's go to AwesomeVM once again and create another function called unminimize neoline. So how do we do this? I don't remember. So client with the name of neoline which should exist, by the way. So like, what the hell? Oh, did I close it? I might have. Yeah. I closed it again. Oh my god. So we started here, we minimize it, and it is indeed here. So let's rerun this. And here it is. So it has the title of neoline, and that's the entire title. So it doesn't like add any other bullshit to it, which is very convenient. So I don't remember if there's like a way to just get the client with a certain title. So we have to do a for loop. For nothing client cliente, because client is also a global variable in awesome VM, which is very annoying and stupid and ridiculous. In iPairs client, as I just said, this is a global variable that you use for stuff. pairs I hate that it does this. Like, why are you gray? Like, assume I'm gonna enter something here. Come on. Why are you still gray? Oh, this is unused. I know. Like, what the hell? So cliente. See, and now it's okay. Like, that's really annoying. I should change that somehow. Minimized is false, and cliente focused is true. I don't think that's how it works though. Client, oops, client. So focused. That's a lot of stuff. Well, at first maybe it will just get focused anyway, so it maybe doesn't matter. So we make it unminimized. And so now awesome client unminimize neoline. So we run this function. It gets unminimized and supposedly focused as well. Then in that window, actually it makes more sense, I think, to make it run the wait, no it doesn't. Okay, let's try it first of all. So now it's minimized. I run neoline and nothing happens. Huh. Oh, that's because I didn't reload the window manager. So that makes sense. Okay. So now let's try it again. Neoline. Nothing happens and it says 3. Interesting. Wait. I did the completely wrong thing anyway. Right? I took every client and made them all not minimized. I don't know if it's name or title, I forget. Let's go to rules. Is it name? Yes, it is name. Is neoline. Then. Okay, now. Although it didn't work anyway, by the way. It's like you can't just set minimized to something, which is really suspicious. Well, I guess let's go and check. Minimized. Yes, you can. Define it. The client must be iconify. What is this sentence? Is that a misspell? I guess so. No, definitely you can. That would be stupid if you couldn't. So neoline. And it says 4, which is very interesting. Why does it not unminimize it? That I super don't get. Let's do AWM unminimize neoline. So it might be because I don't escape these. I thought that wasn't necessary, and now it works. Okay. Okay. That seems to work then. So let's go to where? To aliases. Right, so I thought, because I was able to not do so in another place, I thought that you didn't need to quote this, like with brackets, but I guess you do. But what this means is that now when I run neoline, it's pretty good, although it does not get focused, which is pretty annoying. And it says 5 to me, which is like annoying. So let's write to dev null the std error output, because it's super unnecessary. Gives me an index that I don't even know how to use. Alright, so we're mostly there. Now we just need to figure out how we make a client focused. I'm sure I do it somewhere. Unless I can just assign. So client focus is cliente. Maybe I can do straight up just this. Yep, and it's a similar case for me, 4:30. I just recently woke up actually. Well, now you have to watch fucking The Law. So let's try it again, neoline. Holy shit, it just works. So you can just assign, wow. Wow. That's surprising to me. That's really cool. Okay. You can just assign. So usually client focus contains the focused client, but you can overwrite it with another client object and that will make it the focused one, which is like, huh. Okay. And now we create the opposite function of minimize neoline. And I guess we do the same thing that we do here, just the opposite. Minimized is true, and focus is God knows what. It's either I sleep in the middle of the stream or I sleep in the middle of the live stream. Not sure what you mean. So now we need to somehow run the minimize thing. And it once again says 6, which is funny. So the issue with this is that the launch command immediately exits. Unless I guess we use some flag. So let's go and use some flag. So, čo tam? Kitten at, and what can you do for me? Wait or something? No, you don't want that? Okay. Launch, and maybe here, help. So match, no response. Oh, that's actually very convenient. Let's use that instead. So like here, no response. Keep the focus of the currently active window, so switching to the newly opened window. var hold, keep the window open even after the command being executed exits at a shell prompt. That doesn't matter here. Location, std and source, marker. Have a feeling we're not gonna find it. 2. Really? There's no wait? Oh my god. No, I actually hate him. Fun fact. Somewhat infamously. I think I mentioned this on multiple streams. The why and the how. Let me go get some juice. Oh my god. Cold juice right from the fridge is so good. It's only 10 p.m. for me right now. It's been so hot recently. Same! Oh my god, but today it's finally colder so I can sleep. I do the other method. I fall asleep at like around 3 or 4 p.m. so that when I wake up I can actually do things. Because it's not so hot that my brain rots. This is why it's 4:30 a.m. right now. It's because I woke up at I think 1 a.m. And yeah, like if it was the middle of the day, I could not stream. It would be way too hot. So that's my strat. Oh my god. This juice is so good. So let's do this instead. So after NeoVim, this has a very likely chance to not work. After we run NeoVim, we run awesome client. How the fuck do I escape this? Minimize neoline. Let's fucking see, neoline. Thought so. Okay, we can do it a bit differently. What? Hold up now. Did you see what just happened? This was supposedly the focused window. It even has borders on it. But the focused window is actually this one. What the fuck? That's very inconvenient. So we can't do that. It expects a singular command. I know. Let's make another alias. Wait, alias neoline, but now with an underscore. Wait, but then no, that should still work. So we do neovim awesome client minimize neoline, and now here we run fish-c underscore neoline. So this is already like very whack, and yeah, by the way, this is like how it is with this kind of idea. Let's try it. First of all, I think we have to reboot the window manager. I don't remember. And now we do neoline. And once I close, holy shit! Oh my god! It works! It works! Let's go! Let's go! Screaming at 4:30 a.m. Let's fucking go! Well, this is amazing. What the fuck? This is really good. Wow. That's fuck. Holy shit. Sugoi. Wow. Okay. So now this is way faster than it was before. If you check like with the beginning of the stream, you will notice that it took like a full fucking second to like appear and open neovim before, and now it does not. Now it's like very instant. Wow. Okay, fuck yeah. Now to the second part of this whole problem. So a bunch of my plugins run not on startup. They are lazy loaded, and they are lazy loaded on the first real file that gets opened. So if I want to type in some input here, and then use that output elsewhere, the easiest way of doing that is, of course, just opening some file and using that as like a temporary thing. However, this is a bit ass. Because then it opens a real file and it loads a bunch of plugins, which make the startup time slower, even noticeably slower. So I want to do some auto command magic to make it not have to do that. First of all, fuck, it's actually so smooth too. Like the way it opens, like neoline, opens, and when I close, just minimize it. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, that's really good. That's really, really cool. That's so nice. Okay, so the idea is once again going to be whack. We execute a command, I guess like this, which is do neoline, and this is basically a custom event, which means execute all auto commands of event neoline. Let's do user neoline to be more proper. Now we go to auto commands, let's reset it to be like 1. Here we go. New line. So on event, well, I guess on event user with the pattern of neoline, here is what we do. Callback is function. My everything is so slow right now. I think it's because I do the very stupid idea of still downloading some videos while streaming, and so my computer probably doesn't like that much. First of all, the hotkey is to edit my clipboard. In other ways, we need to somehow get input into that blank buffer. So we'll do this using 2 files. One is going to be for input and one is going to be for output. Okay, so how do you do this in Lua? Local field? I think file is fine. IO open, I assume. No? Yes. We open temp neoline cat pretzel, indeed, neoline input with the mode of, I think, R plus or something. I don't remember what they do. Update mode, no. Read mode. I think we just need R. What does it mean by update mode, comma, all previous data is preserved? Does that mean that here it isn't? Like, I'm not sure about this, but okay. Let's assume it's fine. If not, file, then return end. And just so it doesn't surprise me later, let's do neoline input and create neoline output. So file will be file. Now we file read. What does it expect from me here? Reads the whole file. Okay, I need that. Pull into input. And we file close. So this is how we get the input. So if we ever need to put an input into this neoline, and here it is, it finished downloading, then we just write that input into this file. If we don't want to put in any input, we just make sure that the file is truncated. Because making this into multiple different auto commands, depending on whether or not I want input, is more annoying, and I don't think it's going to make a noticeable difference anyway. Opening, closing, writing, reading files is way faster than creating an instance of Kitty, so I'm already like cutting down very harshly anyway. So now we have input. What we do now is somehow replace the entire contents of the file with this input. And that I don't remember how to do. Write lines or something? No. Set lines. Yes, this. Okay, so replaces a line range in the buffer. This is what we're looking for. This is the API for us to be able to write text into a buffer which is not a file, which doesn't have a path. So the annoyance with very many like Lua APIs in NeoVim is that they're annoying as fuck. So you can't just put text, it has to be an array of lines. So I wonder if there's a Vim script API for this, because they're generally way nicer to actually use. So write or something? Is there a function? Not really. Write file. What is write file? That's not really useful. Okay, AI time. Is there a Vim script API to replace the entire contents of a file with some text in NeoVim using Lua? Not of a file, but of the current buffer, and we just let it cook. I really don't want to do that because I don't have the lines in a neat table. I obviously don't. I just have text, and having to split them by new lines feels like ass, you know? Like, no, you don't just replace with new text. What you're doing here is replacing with a new line. If it's multiple lines in a single element in this table, it will throw an error. You fucking dumbass. Well, either it doesn't exist or AI doesn't know about it, so, like, regardless. It's very annoying though. Let's do CU, I think, yeah. So we do Vim API, and Vim set. Will the LSP fucking wake up? Hello? Suggestion, please! Thank you. Set lines. This. 0. So start. Is it, how indexed is this? 0 based and exclusive. Okay, so it's normal basically. Starting from the 0 line. Oh, you can just specify -1? I don't believe that. Okay, it's true, huh? Strict indexing? What the fuck is strict indexing? Oh my fucking god. Why is strict indexing not the last parameter? I always want to use replacement. I almost never want to use strict indexing. Why is this not the last one? It's terrible. Why are you yellow also? So what we do is Vim function split, or do I have, input split. Have I implemented it? I don't think so. Vim function split this input by new lines. And this will, why are you still yellow? Exactly, stop complaining. So now we have set, like, replaced the entire file with the text that we have read from the input file. Great. Now we can just let the user do whatever they want. But we also need to handle output. I would like to just write to stdout, but more often than not, it's going to get silenced anyway, and not very convenient to access. Let's do an auto command. Nvim create auto cmd. God, I hate fucking NeoVim Lua APIs. They're so cumbersome. They're like, so first of all of them fucking need NeoVim underscore. Yeah, we know from the Vim API. I know that this is because it's written in C, but like, use a better language then. That has like modules and shit. And then I assume C has modules and shit. So like, this is really annoying. Then create, so you use a normal word, but instead of auto command, you do auto cmd. Oh, thank you so much. This is so easy to remember now. Same thing here. So, like, it's super annoying. Okay, so we create an auto command on buff unload with pattern. We don't need a pattern because it's going to be the only buffer to unload anyway. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So we just do a callback. Function. Now we do the opposite of setting lines. We get lines. Get lines. I assume it works in a very similar way. Okay, so Vim API NeoVim buff get lines, and they're also all so fucking long. This is like 20 characters for something not that like and false. So local lines lines is now Vim function join lines with a new line, and we local file io open temp new line output with W, and now it needs to suggest me something because I don't hear like it's actually important. Yes, because we need to override specifically f not file then return end. Why did you dident? What? Hello? File write lines, which should be text now. I'm not sure why my everything is so slow right now. It's kind of wild. It's usually like instant. So we write and we remember to close, because Lua is a shit language that doesn't use RAI, or matter of fact, anything good at all. God, I hate Lua so much. So blammo. Basically, we open the file, put the text from another file into it. Now you get to edit all of that. And once you close that file, it unloads. It takes all of those lines, in theory, and writes them back to another file. Probably not gonna work. But okay. So neoline. This is correct behavior so far? So far. I am so fucking scared. Let's open temp, neoline, output. And of course it doesn't work. Interesting. Why? I have no clue. Probably and possibly because it can't figure out the lines after buff unload. So what do I use in another place where I do something similar? Yeah, I do use buff unload. Interesting. Is there like buff unload pre or something? Yeah, so it is already before unloading a buffer. Interesting. Let's try again. Let's do yes, auto commands. It's kind of a hassle to look at. Let's do it like this. Buff unload. It seems like it's not registered. Huh. I have an idea as to why. We might not be calling the auto command. It's the most likely scenario. Almost positive. Neoline. Hello? You're focused, come on. Something. We close it. And now. And it works. Okay, so that was the issue. Now, what the fuck? Why are you not? And now it is the focused window. Kinda weird. Maybe that's just because I'm trying to do things too fast. Probably. No, it's just sometimes doesn't work. Interesting. Also, it's gotten way slower, I feel like. Right? No, I don't think reading a file is that slow to be noticeable ever. So I think it's just my computer going crazy currently. But that is the idea, and basically this is done. Now all I have to do is just update all the places where I use neoline to use this differently right now. Okay. So let's fix this issue with it not always being the focus window. I think I know how. I think I already fixed it, but just forgot to reload. Is there like focused? Really? Like, how is this not like shitty ass design? So there is focusable, but there's no focused. Crazy. I wonder why this happens though. Like, by the time it gets minimized, it doesn't always like... No, but that's stupid though. Oh, and by the way, we should break after. Here as well. Beak. And it doesn't work. That is so weird. So I guess I can't trust this focusing type of behavior. Somewhere in here I use emit, or I guess used to. AI time. How do I make a certain client focused in awesome yum Lua API? That's client raise. I don't believe it, but okay. Sure. Alright, whatever you say. Client raise. Watch it say it doesn't exist. New line. That's what I thought. Raise doesn't exist. Are you serious? You just repeat the same thing. That's crazy. So are you just gonna say there is no way to make sure the client is focused in Awesome VM? I find a hard time believing that that's true, because that's too awful. So what happens on a focus? A lot of things. So it does get focused, that's the thing. So let's first tag, and now please, how do I get the current tag? And I use it somewhere, like I get the current tag somewhere. I think in signals. Screen primary selected tag. Okay. So we do cliente move to tag to this one. So we move it first, then unminimize and focus it. Because maybe it being sticky is kind of like blech, you know? Possibly. Seems to be far more consistent. But far more doesn't mean always. This is so annoying. What if we don't minimize it? And we just move it to some tag. Well, we would have to unminimize it first. And I guess not minimize it also. Okay, so now new line, and nothing happens. What? Yeah, so this basically. So even then, even if we do it like this, it doesn't work. Okay. So this is not helpful, actually. I'm pretty sure. We might just go back to create a new window. And it will be slightly slower, but should be more consistent. So we remove this to blah 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 launch. Right, so the issue here was that it didn't know anything. So we need to pass into Neoline somehow. The Unix socket. Let's figure that out first, because currently we do have a working solution, it's just as. How do we pass it there? We can pass environment variables. Yeah, but like Neoline doesn't have that variable. It's weird that when you unminimize a window, it doesn't focus also. Like super strange. Jesus Christ. Kitten at launch help. There is like keep focus and don't take focus. So there's no like take focus, like make sure you take focus. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Kitty's job. There's a way to do this, it's just kind of annoying. Pipes. Let's go to temp. Basically what we need to do is grab whatever instance, literally doesn't matter, just so we can create a new window from there. Because when a new window gets created, it is ensured by something that it is also focused, rather than our current solution where we try to unminimize a window and fail at focusing it with awesome window manager, because it's actually bad window manager. So we do some, yeah, I see how we can do that. So neoline we how do we do that? We VD for neoline kitty in temp. I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Wait. Kitty instance, I think, right? Underscore. Okay. Kitty instance. So we take that and we take the second thing. To make that easier here, we just do head dash n1, because it really doesn't matter what instance we pick here, because we're just creating a new like window. And that should work. We launch type OS window, blah blah blah. And now we don't even need to do this, because after we close NeoVim, it's going to get closed anyway, which is pretty nice. Now we go to rules. Doesn't need to be minimized or sticky. We could leave it on top, I guess. Yeah, we might as well. And we remove the tag thing, so we restart this also. Now, when we run neoline, nothing will work, I assume. Let's call it this. Neoline. Huh. Because I forget to set the title now. But everything else, yeah. Title is neoline. So we do neoline, and it still doesn't work. What? Neoline. So it should work, that's the thing. Maybe... okay, so launch type OS window. Is it not title? Let's do a kitten at launch help. It is title. Kinda confused, not gonna lie. Like, I do set it to floating. Neoline. So what's the issue? Class is kitty, and neoline is the title. And yet, that is because it's not a real new window. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not a... So, that's awful. That's so bad. That is terrible. Also, VM doesn't catch it because it doesn't realize it's a new window. Wow. Why am I using this fucking window manager? That's terrible. So bad. This is the thing, like, it should. But I guess it doesn't. The issue with the possible solution of like grabbing it on event is that it's going to be noticeable, that it will first like appear, tile, and then float, which I'm like, ugh, about. I mean, sure, let's try it. If client class is kitty and client name is neoline, then client floating is true, and also some other stuff. Client boop. Oh, we also remove I don't think it's gonna work well, but we'll see. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Not just well, it does not work. Wait, hold up now. Wait, no, it does notice it, actually. That's interesting. It does notice it because it updates the widget for the number of clients that I have here. Although other places might be doing that as well. And they do. Interesting. I don't remember how you notify. Awful notify text is client class and client name. It's not a thing. Can I just look at it? Notify. Naughty notify. Jesus. Okay, so I do new line. What? Okay, so that's actually good news. Because it just doesn't set the title, which it should, by the way, for your information. That's good news, but also what? Should use my own advice and start just make a harp for this. So yeah, this is like super strange. We set the title here. Because the thing is, it eventually sets the title. Because when we look at it, now it's correct. It's not set immediately. Oh my god. Blech. Blech. This is so bad. What's the point then, right? I hate when Windows do this. When they just set the title after, like, please set it immediately. It makes window managing so annoying. This might be done, like, immediately. Oh. Okay, I'm such my bad. Incredible. Not just bad, awful at this point. I was using the wrong fucking thing. I am setting the pain title, which sounds about right. This is pain. This is what happens when you do something in Kitty. Okay, so it should work now. Voila! Amazing. Let's go and remove this. Okay, so now it works. Let's reload so that we don't have notifications for every new window. Funnily enough, this is still kind of slow, but I think that's mostly because of the like slowness, although it kind of got faster. But regardless, when I'm not going to be streaming, it's going to be more okay. Now I can just inline this. neovim-c do user neoline. What? Forgot to close. Yeah. Good. Neoline. Good. Good, good, good. Now, I am wondering now if it is faster. Hoping and coping it will be. Because I am like finding the kitty instance, but that should be instant, like more instant than otherwise. And I will now start writing to a different file, which once again should be instant. Okay, I'm forgetting that it took an entire second before. It does not take an entire second. So that's good. Let's go and update it every time where I use neoline. Here, here, here. That's all of them. So instead of writing to dev shm clipboard, we write to temp neoline input. So we were writing to a file anyway, so it doesn't actually matter as much as I thought it would. We don't provide a file because there's only one valid file. We check. I guess we write anyway. So if test-s, so if this file temp neoline input, and let's add this to like s or something. If after we edit it, this file is not empty, if this file is sized, then we write it into our clipboard. Good. I can just do this. We replace dev. Actually, let's do it smarter. Let's yank it into A. Now we replace A with S. Blammo. So first, like the thing that we just edited was for edit my clipboard, and this hotkey is for edit my clipboard but start empty, which is why we truncate it first. And that is effectively how we just not provide any input when using Neoline. We need to check the output though. I know how to do this. So we do S. Hold up. Wait. No, it doesn't. Ah, that sucks. I was checking if maybe I can do a replace on all columns after the cursor. But unfortunately, it sets your cursor to here, which is very annoying. So we truncate input, do stuff, then check our output, and it replaces the text in output no matter what, which is good to remember. And if it is not empty, then we pipe that output into our clipboard. So let's actually go and fix this. Yeah, everything else is going to be output. We cannot directly edit a file like this anymore. What? Oh. So what we need to do is cat this file into tmp neoline input. We do neoline, and then we do tmp neoline output into this. We also cat it. So we get the output from this magazine into input, we neoline it, we then output it back into the magazine. Oh, and I'm not even going to touch. It's kind of a hassle. But I'll write it down. Fix an I. Yeah, doesn't matter that much. This we don't need anymore, because that's not how we do things. Okay, so we handled everything. Let's restart X remap. This, just to be sure. This, just to be sure. Okay, so now, this is way faster, god damn. However, there's a trailing new line. I know how to fix that though, that's not a big issue. See first. Then xclip -r. Okay. This should fix it, in theory. This is empty anyway. This I'm not sure about. Let's restart and check the first thing first. Here it is. I change this, close, and now, interesting. This should work like this. What the fuck? We output to input. Let's try again. The zone. It should be the zone now. Is that file empty or something? That's possible. It is not. And then cat it into xclip. What? Good question. Does neoline immediately exit? It does? Well, I guess it would. Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't know that. That's very good to know. Damn. I guess it would. Yeah. I wish you could, like, hold. Can you really not? This, by the way, is a different thing. It just makes it so the window doesn't automatically get closed after doing its thing. That sucks. That sucks so much. Common kitty L. Gonna go wash my hands. Actually, now that I think about it, is this even solvable? Because, like, it launches and it runs a command in there while continuing. So even if we add like a wait into there, it wouldn't matter. So just check, like sleep 10. It immediately exits, so it doesn't matter. That's so annoying. So we could add a listen on thingy and continually check until it closes, but that's like so bad. Fuck. Alternatively, we could just edit a file. Crazy, I know. Insane, even. What? We just edit a file? And that, yeah, it like slows things down, but at least allows us to do things. Yeah. So this is just neoline now. Let's go to C first. It's gonna work way differently now. And actually this approach may end up being, well, it's probably not gonna be faster, honestly, but it is going to be more flexible. That's the cool thing. Because, for example, with my clipboard, currently what I'm doing is writing to a file using xclip, and then using xclip again to interact with my keyboard. I don't need to do this with this new method that I came up with just now, because we can just run an auto command which will use the plus register to get the text, and then we'll put everything back into the plus register again. Blammo. So, yeah, let's do that. We do -C. Oh, whoops. And we execute do user neoline clipboard. And here we still aren't editing a file, so we're getting a benefit. Oh, holy shit! Wait, hold up. That's actually really cool. Yeah, so we can choose when we want to be more efficient, like this, and we can choose when we don't want that. Okay, that kind of brightens up my day then. So think of the Neoline clipboard event as being very similar to the read and write file event that we're doing currently, except we'll just be using the plus register to get our text and also the plus register to put it back. And would you look at this? We don't need any of this. It's just this. Isn't that cool? Yeah, and this is just like a different event. Instead of user, I think it's kind of annoying. Let's do Neoline clipboard. Because if something is called Neoline, let's search for it. Neoline. Well, I guess not. If a plugin existed that is named that way, it would probably come up. So it's not going to conflict with anything probably. And if it will, I will notice probably. And just set a pattern. So Neoline clipboard empty. You can make it whatever you want, by the way. Yeah, and that's it, which is ridiculous to me. Oh, so not here empty, here empty. Okay, yeah, I actually like this. -C, do Neoline clipboard empty. So I get the perfect scenario for when it's possible, while still retaining the flexibility of being able to edit straight files, where it does make sense to just let me open a file. Because if I'm opening a real file, like editing a real file, I probably also want plugins. Maybe not, but possibly. Okay, and we just put this back to be normal. And this now works, in theory. And this is back to working. I don't need to fix it anymore. Cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So we do Neoline clipboard, but actually here, so on Neoline clipboard, let's remove all of this, do this, local lines. I should be using my snippets. Lines is vim, whoops, vim function, for fuck's sake. Why is everything so slow? Ugh. Terrible. Get reg. Plus, and this, I don't remember what it does. So if you didn't know, when you get reg, like get the context of a register, if you pass true as the second parameter, you get the output as a table of lines. Isn't that convenient? We don't need to do any splitting bullshit. Which is really funny because it doesn't know. It doesn't know whether it's a string or a string of lines. Can I do this? String? No? That's kind of annoying. I wish No, I guess I don't wish Lua had types, because it would be even worse somehow. It would make sure to make them really bad and annoying to use, rather than cool and nice and helpful how it usually is. So we set lines of lines, and on unload we get everything. We don't need to join, no file. We just vim function set reg, also plus lines, and here I believe if value, so it also can be a table, which is really cool. And here I assume it's complaining, oh, actually, I don't know what it is. Yes, you can. Yes, you super can. On this line. So now, what is wrong? Oh, for fuck's sake. What? What's the issue? Oh, is there... Do I have to do user? Do I really have to do user? That sucks. I guess that makes sense, because then every fucking plugin would be like, user is annoying, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck, that's annoying. Shouldn't be that big of a problem though, if at all. So now, let's do neoline again. So this just works in theory. This should also... We fix these two. So we don't need these anymore. Do user, and a similar thing here. Let's restart. Interesting. I'm guessing because, well, hold up now. Why are you confused? Expected Lua table, and I gave you a Lua table, though. So here, what? Wait, I don't get it. If list is present and true, the result type is changed to list. Each list item is one text line. Yeah. Interesting. Let's print. Let's print vim inspect lines. Oh. Huh? Huh? What the fuck? So it sends as a single string, which... That's wild. What if I do this? Using list as a number. Oh, let me guess. Does it expect something like this? I could believe it. Let's actually check what it gives us. Wait, that shouldn't be even possible. Oh, so what it's saying is that it's empty. Huh. Oh, wait, no. So this, and now it's this again. Now what the fuck? Good question. How do I do this in Editor? Because I solved that issue there. Somehow. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Whoa, wait. What is this? Since when does it have 3 parameters? I guess it does? What? 1 and true. What? Oh. Wait, that's the what? Get reg. So the Lua language server was lying to me. Interesting. What does the 1 stand for? That's... wow. Cool, I guess. No, believe it or not, that is a real thing. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so now I take this, edit it. Then I close it. Actually, I didn't do much. So let's do this and close it. Now it should start with 4, and it does. Perfect. Everything works. Okay, yeah, so, hell yeah. Let's try this out. Cat pictures, and you might have noticed that it took like longer for it to load because it's a real file, so I might redo this to work differently. And nothing happens. Interesting. So I guess that doesn't work, but I think I'm gonna do that later. Long story short is that now editing my clipboard is way faster. What is the main use case of this? Here I never start with uppercase. Here I type a long ass message. Whoops, now I realize that long needs to be an inline link to something. And what I can do now faster is this. Let's make it markdown. And then some link. And I paste it back. Although, interesting. That's a final new line, which is very annoying. I guess I can just do lines, lines, I guess +1. I think I can just do trim, but that just returns, so I guess we do lines, this. So now it should be okay. No, it is not. So it's not plus. Why is that a suggestion then? I don't get it. What? Blah, 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 blah. I do this. Close. Why is there a final new line? Explain me this. If it's a table, it will use a new line. But if the text is multi-line, then this shouldn't be an issue. It is still an issue, that's crazy. Let's make it notify with count of lines. Whatever, sure, you can print it, I guess. I would hope it would, like, understand. One. Like, who puts the final new line there? Let's do it stupider. Vim function join like this, because right now I think what's happening is that it has terminator semantics, meaning it terminates every line with a new line, and this way it's going to be a single string joined, so separator semantics by new line, so now it won't be an issue in theory. Voila! And this should not have any issues. ASDF. Boom, boom. Cool. And this is now my clipboard. I guess not. Oh, that's because I didn't make this thing with this pattern. Got it. In theory, it's a good idea to like put this auto command into a function so I can just call it, but it's just so much easier to copy and paste, not gonna lie. Because otherwise, look at where I would have to put it. I can't put it in this table, you know? So then it has to be somewhere here. So it's kind of less accessible. So this, but empty. Now it should work. And it does. Okay, good. Very good. Yeah, I think I'm done for the most part. I'll have to make an I work better so it doesn't use a file, first of all, because it doesn't need to. Or just use neoline more directly. We'll see. Yeah. So, goodbye. Thanks for watching. Join the Discord server. The link is in the